All right. Welcome to Roam the Region. It is Friday, September 11th, 2020, and we're glad that you came here to join us today. We had a little 2-second delay start here because we haven't been on in 2 weeks.
No,
so
it's been a while since I've seen you.
I know. Well, this morning when I came in, or yesterday, I had to come in for a little bit yesterday, and that's the first thing we said was, wow, it's been so long. So today is September 11th, Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. And I can remember 19 years ago today where I was when we heard the news of everything that changed our lives forever with this date. And it's hard to believe that next year will be 20 years. Isn't that just crazy to think about that? So if you didn't already know that was today, then you must be living under a rock. But just remember, it is Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance. So we hope you take some time to reflect on the day and what it means for our country. This weekend, actually right now, we would have been in the thick of Peach Festival weekend. It would have been scheduled this weekend, the way the year fell for 2020, which feels a little bit late when you think about it. School started this week. Peach Festival is always the weekend after Labor Day, and I would have been going crazy at this time. Suzanne would have been out of the office by now because as we both know, it gets crazy in this office Peach Festival weekend.
Jennifer would have been fighting with a vendor already for taking her parking spot.
The you got it guy.
Yeah.
Usually that's who I fight with every year.
Stealing our cones.
Yeah. By the end of the weekend, we're best friends with him. But
I am going to miss the peach shortcake.
I know. I am too. I believe Hibbard's is doing something this weekend with peach custard and some really great peach, I think, cookies. I saw with their ice cream cookies. So I think you could still get your peach fix here in the village of Lewiston this weekend. So stop by and we'll see an empty field, but our businesses will take advantage of anybody who comes. It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow.
Nice.
So nice day to get out. Also, it's back to school. Back to school week. So tell me, how did your daughter do yesterday?
She loved it. She was great. She goes Thursdays and Fridays. She enjoyed it. It was only 8 to 10 kids in each class.
Wow. Good for her. I know here in the village of Lewiston, we have a few different schools that started. Niagara University started a couple weeks ago. Newport started yesterday. St. Peter's started on Wednesday, I believe. I can't remember what day they started. Stella Niagara started on Tuesday, and Niagara Wheatfield started on Wednesday. My kids started then. So it's just been they started on Tuesday, but my kids went Wednesday. I'm telling you, trying to keep schedules straight is pretty much impossible. Between virtual and in class, my husband is also a school teacher, so he is at the school teaching a few days a week virtually, but then home the other days. It's crazy. I should have taken off of work this week because I needed to try to map out my family schedule. And just so you can try to see what it looks like, I have like notes on who's going to pick up and who's going to drop off.
Maybe we should close the office next week.
Maybe just so we can get adjusted.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. It's a challenge for everybody this week, but we're all adjusting and trying to figure out the best of it, and we'll get through it. So thank you to all the teachers and educators, administration of education that have been going through everything that they needed to this week to get our kids safely to school, whether in person or virtual. It's a huge task, a yeoman's task, you're not going to please everybody. And we appreciate all the work that you have done. Well, today we have our guest. She is a board member. So we're excited to have her board member and executive director of HART, which is the Home Referral Assistance Team. So we're going to bring Lisa Lannon in.
Oh, Lisa can approve our week off. She's a board member.
She is.
I think she does.
We'll bring her in with fanfare then at this point because it'd be nice to have that. First, I have to see if my mouse is going to work here. Bear with me.
The mouse already took the week off.
Oh, it did. What the heck?
Oh, the batteries.
It's my batteries. We just practiced this. So I'm sorry, Lisa. We did practice it just a few minutes ago. And it's I guess I need new batteries in this mouse because it didn't work. Thanks for joining us.
2 weeks off.
Two weeks. Yes. See, we knew having you on today was going to be a good
Lisa Lannon
thing.
for president.
So Tell us a little bit about the Home Assistance Referral Team. Not many people know what HART stands for and what the organization actually does. So give us a little rundown for our viewers who might not know.
Sure. So HART is an acronym for Home Assistance Referral Team, and we're a referral service that tries to keep seniors safe at home by linking them with qualified and affordable assistance. So we've been in existence since 1982, and we are a very grassroots organization, but over the past several years, we've really tried to put a business spin on it and get our name out there a little more. And I think we're doing a pretty good job, but it always shocks me when we've been around for so long and people just don't know who we are. So
where are you located? Because not only maybe people don't realize that you are very centrally located here in the village, you're very accessible. Where exactly is the office located?
Our office is at 505 Cayuga Street. So we're in the First Presbyterian Church of Lewiston, but around back. And we just added new signage last year and moved our office last year into the lower level. So we have not our own entrance, but we have a more an easier entrance for us. So when you come in, you can see where our office is right away. So if you go around back to the parking lot, you'll see our signs.
And I know that this past year in 2020, I think it was beginning of March, you already had an event scheduled for early spring and, events later on to help raise money to support the organization. Tell us the major events that you've had to cancel for this year.
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit organization, so we rely completely on donations and funds from individuals, donations from individuals and businesses. We do a little bit of grant funding. We're starting to do a little bit more of that. And our two major events, actually kind of three, but we had Rockin' with Heart that was supposed to be at the Lewiston Event Center, and it was supposed to be in March and unfortunately was canceled because of COVID. We were right on the cusp and unfortunately had to cancel. Things were just getting bad. A next event was our annual dinner, awards dinner at the country club. That's usually last week in September, and we had to cancel that. And then we have our annual appeal, which we're still going to do. And we took part in Giving Tuesday last year, so we're going to do that again this year. We were fairly successful, but I think the more people that know about it, they can go to our website. It's December 1st, I think, this year. So they can go to our website and find out some information about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people, know that our festivals and major events that bring thousands of people into the area didn't take place this year, which is true, and we're devastated for that. But many people don't realize some of these other events that keep our organizations going couldn't take place either. And I know hearing the words way back in March that first event had to be canceled for your organization. That's a popular event. We promoted it every year.
And Easter Bunny comes.
Last year, I brought the Easter Bunny. Whatever money I could make for HART, I was making it. That's for sure.
Thank you. You're always so supportive. So I appreciate that.
So whatever people can do, that's I think, part of the key is for people to realize that these organizations are very important for our communities and especially HART. You have such a strong mission and such a strong presence in the community that we need to keep this organization going for a long time. How many staff members and volunteers would you say your organization has?
We have 4 staff only, and we're all part-time. And so our caregivers, we have over 300 caregivers. So, and our cases are just going through the roof this month. That's nuts. But so our caregivers, we have about 300 in our database to pull from. And how we attract caregivers, there's things like this, or people will just come to us, excuse me. So if someone's interested in being a caregiver, they come to us, they fill out an application, we do a personal interview, we conduct a background check, and then we check their references as well. So after that's complete, we put them in our database with their available dates and times. And then when someone calls and needs assistance, we do an intake sort of form to figure out what their needs are, their schedule that they need help with, and then we will start calling our caregivers in the area of the person that needs help. And we service all of Niagara County and some Northern Erie County as well. So if we can make a match, we'll do it. So so we'll hook them up. We'll say, okay, we'll call our caregivers and say, are you available for this case? And if they say no, we go on to the next one. So we do all the background work for somebody. When someone is available, we'll say, okay, give them the number of the person needing assistance, and they'll call them directly. And the requester and caregiver, we call them requester because they're not really a client. No money exchanges hands with us. So the requester and caregiver interview. So to make sure that, that person's going to be comfortable, the requester is comfortable having that person in their house. They get to interview several people, and then they choose who they want to hire. So, and then they become the employer. So the requester actually pays the caregiver directly. And then so it's a nice little program. Different. Yeah. It's a different than anything out there. So
what type of assistance do you provide?
We provide RNs and LPNs, although we don't place many of those because usually at that stage, there's already a physician involved or a home visiting nurse or something like that. But most of our cases are PCAs, which is personal care assistants, CNA, which is certified nursing assistants, HHA, home health aid. Those are the certified caregivers that can do things such as help with bathing and kind of moving, getting someone from their bed to their chair, safe transport or safe movement of somebody. They've been trained to do that. And then we also have a home helper, which is not certified at all. That we have some retired people who are looking for extra things to do in their spare time, and they can do companionship with seniors. They can give a family respite for, if a family member is just burnt out from taking care of their family, we can provide someone to step in so they can go to the hairdresser or go grocery shopping and not have to worry about their loved one left at home. They can do some transportation, meal prep, light housekeeping, light yard work. Things like that.
I need one of those.
I need heavy housekeeping.
I know. But we provide affordable care. That's our mission, is to provide affordable care for everyone, the seniors and others alike, who need it. We had someone who broke their leg and needed assistance for a few weeks. And we had an older woman. She called up. I'll never forget. She called up and said, I'm so independent. I can do everything by myself, but I broke my arm and I need a little help. So we put someone in there for a couple weeks and helped her out for a few weeks. So, and then we have cases that run the gamut that need 24/7 care, and Hoyer lifts and all of that. They need a lift to get them from the bed to the chair or whatever. So we do simple and not so simple cases. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad that you were able to explain all of the things, because I don't think everyone realizes how important your organization is in providing care. So we appreciate that. Now, I know with COVID, with the pandemic happening, I'm sure that has changed some of your protocols or some of the way you've had to, just ensure different safety steps. What are some of the things that you can tell us so someone feels safe that they're calling your organization, that all of the steps are being taken care of?
Right. Well, we, not being an employer of the caregivers, we just advise them to, and I just had Kevin grab one of these. This is our mask, our HART mask. We have these in the office, just a little, if anyone wants them. It's a $5 donation, or anyone who's part of our HART family can get one for free. So stop by. We're trying to get these to our caregivers and our requesters, so anyone who volunteers, etc. So what we're doing in the office with COVID is we haven't had volunteers in our office, and we have our doors locked, and people call us. Most of our business is done via the phone, not in person. So when we do get occasional straggler come in and want to talk, but everything's done over the phone, so that's very safe. Our caregivers, wear masks, gloves. They know what to do. Our requesters, everyone knows, I think, by now what you need to do to be safe. So that's what we're promoting that for our caregivers. And honestly, we only had a dip in numbers during probably March and April. Besides that, we've been ramping up because I think, family members were home and maybe able to take care of their loved ones, but now that maybe they're going back to work, they need additional help. So our numbers are just going crazy now. So we actually had to call in another case coordinator, come on a day off or stay a little later, I think she did, but to help out with some of the volume we're having in the last week or two. So.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's just going to increase as everyone's schedules change a little bit as the fall season approached. We kind of say the back to school time is a different routine and schedule for everyone, not just families that have kids in school, but it just seems like a reset to get into a different routine and schedule. So I'm sure those will be on the uptick. I can tell you right now through our comments, my cousin is sitting with my grandmother who my grandmother's going to need care. Just somebody sit with her for the next little bit. And we're all taking turns over the weekend. My cousin Megan sitting with her, but she wanted to find out more about the HART program too. So
great. Give us a call.
Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
But it's important because these types of services are needed, and we're grateful for the work that you and your staff do to make sure that it's here in Niagara County. So we're grateful for you right here in Lewiston and as a board member and active in our community. So if anyone is able to help support, the HART has missed a few of their major fundraisers, and what's the best way to, help raise funds? Write a check, bring down some cash. What's the best way that you are doing that to help support HART right now?
Well, you can look out for our annual appeal that'll be coming up at the end of September. Our letter will be sent out end of September, beginning of October. You can call the office and get on our mailing list so you know when our events are. You can check out our website, which is heartprogram.org. You can also, we always try to get other organizations involved. I know the Kiwanis, I've spoken to the Kiwanis, Lions, some of the organizations in the community, if they want to hold a fundraiser for us. I know, and it's so hard right now because they don't have the funds and can't get together, but in the future, if they're looking for something to do or an organization to support, I'd be happy to come out and, speak to the organization or, whatever. Actually, we had right before COVID hit, we had a nice, I think it was Knights of Columbus in North Tonawanda offered to help with the meat raffle, and then COVID hit, so we weren't able to do that. But that's the type of collaboration we like with the community, is to do work with other organizations, even go out and speak to them, let them know what we're about, and just I think knowing what we do helps people, they feel good about funding us. So, our sponsorships, we don't have sponsorships for events this year, but write a check, cash. We do have an online donation on our website, or call me. And if you have an idea, call me at the office at 754-8313, and, we can talk about an option.
Excellent. Well, we just put the email address up there as well if you want to reach out to Lisa personally, or go to the website heartprogram.org. And we hope everyone has a chance to check out what the organization does and get more involved if possible. We're so grateful to have you on today. We have a few people saying hello. Jane from Jane's Express says hello. Our friend Kevin Cabello, he says hello. Kelly Barr, my cousin. Donna Ludwig, who was a volunteer for her, she just says hello. So we say hello to all of our friends there too. Well, thank you, Lisa, for joining us. we're glad to be back on our Roam the Region. Do you know that in a few weeks we will be celebrating 50 episodes?
Wow.
I know. So exciting. So I don't know what we'll have planned for
CNN's
that.
going to pick us up. That
They are by October. They definitely
it.
will. So we have next week Amy Patrick from Embody Health and Wellness will join us next Friday. I might make
I'm
Suzanne,
not doing a yoga pose
why
again.
not? Oh goodness. I was just gonna say I was gonna make you get
All
your
right.
80s
I'll do
aerobics wear out.
Find me
We'll
some
see.
leg warmers and a
All right.
headband. I'll do it.
You know I have those. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Lisa, thanks for joining us. I just want to give you a great shout out. There's a nice background you have behind you. And I've noticed some really nice videos on your social media lately too.
I forgot to mention the videos, but Kevin Krasnowski is standing right here, putting his hand. I said, "Can I give you a plug?" And he's like, "No, it's about you today." And I said, "No," but I said, "If people love my background and lighting the camera, they should know how to do it themselves." You know, call Kevin on his Facebook page. You would like Facebook page, which is at Kevin.
Just me, yeah.
Just me at
Just
Kevin
me.
Krasnowski. Just me.
Okay. If you want to find Kevin, call our office. We'll get you all his detail info. So
wonderful. Blowing us into the 21st century here. So
that's right. It looks great. It looks great. So thank you, Lisa, for joining us. And thank you